Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Unbreakable Bonds, episode 5 of 100. I am your co-host, Brian Cortez.
And I am your host, Eric Cortez. And we are back with another episode.
Damn, that was so hard.
We've tried so many times. You guys don't understand.
The intro was so fucked.
It's so easy. I told Brian, I was like, I'm gonna let you go ahead and get the intro ready. And this guy's just like, I don't know what he's doing. He's not on his A game today. He's just been fumbling the bag.
Yeah, I'm ready though. It's April 29th, Saturday, 8 p.m. We're recording late Saturday night.
No, it's early. This is the earliest we've ever recorded.
Is it?
Yeah, this is the earliest. The other earliest was like maybe 9 p.m., maybe 10ish.
Yeah, we'll record after the gym, like 1 a.m. Sash.
But I told Brian, hey, let's just record because yesterday we were supposed to record yesterday and I got tired, so we are here today.
Always fumbling.
Yeah, Brian always fumbling. Anyway, I wanted to start this podcast off with the question that we got from
my homeboy Shalim. Shout out Shalim, bro. He's been supportive.
Supportive. We got a question, and we thought about doing the questions towards the end of the videos.
Yeah.
But this is a good question, and the question is, will robots make the future of mankind lazy, just like in WALL-E? Mm-hmm. He said, kind of a silly question, but I had it in my mind, and this is actually a good question.
Yeah.
This is fire. Because like, first of all, WALL-E was one of my favorite movies.
Yeah,
like even now, I look at it, but that movie was fire.
I want to rewatch that movie. That movie's fire.
Yeah, and I think about it because this is, I'm not gonna say I had this exact same question, but because I didn't, but like I had a similar question, like, or I used to think about it whenever I was young. Like, you see, I don't know if you know what he's talking about, where like all those people
are and the chairs, the robot chairs, and like how everything's getting controlled by robots. Like they have the cleaners, the people who make food, and all that.
and they're basically just, if you haven't seen the movie, which shame on you, we haven't. They're like in this little like floating chair, and it's just like driving them everywhere. They have like a TV screen in front of them,
and they're in space because like the Earth like perished or whatever. Like,
they didn't take care of Earth.
Yeah, they didn't take care of Earth.
And so he said, will robots make the future of mankind lazy, just like in WALL-E? And I used to think about this, and I would say yes.
Yeah.
Like, I would literally think about it, like, yeah, this is literally what's gonna happen. Mm-hmm. But now, Shalim, I think the answer to this question is no.
Why?
Let me tell you, because nowadays you go on TikTok, you see all these people that are working out and like, and I feel like maybe back then we didn't see that because there was no TikTok,
You've told me this where back then you wouldn't have social media to give you motivation or like anybody to give you motivation.
Yeah, like, and so now you see this and like in the movie, like everybody's like big and like overweight and like it's just robots all over the place, and I feel like nowadays everybody is like, you're either on one side or you're not. There's those people that are working out every day and like they're doing something, and then there's like the other people that are not working out, and like whatever they're doing, which is maybe not working out or whatever they like to eat and whatever. But
I mean, I also feel like that that percentage of people who do work out is probably as small though. It's probably like a really small. I feel like it seems big because of like social media, like the algorithm of TikTok is like so like powerful. Yeah. That now that's all we are known to see, but like for other people it's not like that probably. Like for example, like if you go to like my mom's phone, you won't see that. Yeah.
No, that's true. And but like I feel like even if it's a small percentage of people that work out or whatever, they're still most likely always gonna be on that journey of being fit, even if they're not trying to get super big or whatever. They're gonna be fit always. They're always gonna be fit, and so they're not gonna let themselves get to that part where they're like super,
where you're super big. And also I feel like there's a lot more people who care about like the Earth now than
for sure. And there's always the kind of people that need to be doing something. They're not just gonna be lazy sitting around, even though sitting around is cool and stuff and all that, but there's always gonna be that group of people that want to do something. They're always looking for something to do. Yeah. But before we say anything else, I'm gonna pause real quick. All right, everybody, we are back. Brian had to go get his glasses because he said he couldn't concentrate.
Bro, I feel like I look like. Never mind.
Anyway, we are back. To finish that question off of will robots make the future of mankind lazy? Mm-hmm. My answer is
no.
Luckily for us, however, AI is something that's coming up.
Oh yeah, bro.
It's coming up big. Even Elon
crazy,
Musk,
bro.
Even Elon Musk was saying that we need to do something about that. That's kind of crazy,
bro. No, what's crazy is the fact that do you have Snapchat? Yeah, you have Snapchat. Of
course.
Right? If you have Snapchat, bro, you have something called My AI now.
Yeah, close to the mic.
My AI, which is insane. Okay, I've been doing school. I'm ready to graduate. I graduate in 2 weeks. Thank the Lord,
Thankfully.
Shout out, Brian. And no cap, what I've been using a lot to get me to graduate is
My AI.
It's not even that. It's called GPT.
You be using Chat?
Yeah,
Chat GPT.
And it'll write essays, paragraphs. It'll write you like full like documents of like whatever you need, full like writings of whatever you need, which is insane. Like imagine having that 5 years ago.
Crazy.
Wild, right?
Yeah.
And now you have that on your phone, on Snapchat. You can tell your my AI to write you like a 5-paragraph essay on anything, like on cheese in Spanish, and it'll do it for you. It'll do. It's like having an actual assistant on the back of your pocket, which is like insane.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I used my AI the other day. I asked it a question. I was just messing around with it, and I asked it a question. I asked like some good podcast questions, and really? it literally was like less than like 5 seconds. Boom! It gave me like a little paragraph, like talking about some stuff, and then it gave me questions that I could ask my guest.
Yeah.
And, like I wasn't gonna use it because. I don't know. I just asked to ask.
Just to see what.
And it's crazy because it like.
Yeah, and I also asked it. I was like, how to be financially successful, and it had told me a bunch of various things to do, like investing. You can either get investing, hustling, or like getting lucky, and like it was just telling you a whole bunch of things, which is crazy. Like the fact that AI, like you can now do that. Like, you can ask like a robot. Like, things like that, and it'll tell you, or you can ask it for a question, and it'll give you an answer. Is insane.
Yeah, for sure, and I feel the exact same way. For those who don't know, ChatGPT is like just like a simple,
like an AI.
It's like an AI, artificial intelligence.
They test that AI to finish or to do like college courses, and it finished everything with like
it's like just artificial intelligence, like a computer basically.
Yeah, it finished everything with like grade 100 almost on everything. Yeah,
like it's like a computer that basically it's perfect. Like it's a computer that knows everything, and you ask it something, and it'll reply to you real quick, and it'll give you, like, if you ask it about, say, Paris, France, give me you type it in Chat GPT, you ask it a question like, what is Paris, France, and it'll give you like a whole thorough not document, but like a thorough paragraph of what it is, and like it's crazy.
Yeah, that's insane, bro. Like,
and it keeps evolving. It's not like
it keeps getting better, right?
And
that's insane.
They're making like Chat GPT like 5, I think.
Yeah, we're on 4. We're on beta version 4, which is crazy.
That's crazy. And thinking about that, like you kind of think about what's the future gonna be like and stuff like that.
Oh hell yeah! Like think about 20 years back, like. We had the Blackberries, bro. Like we had now we're recording on like 4K resolution in the back of our pockets, which is insane. We can call people from across the world in a couple seconds.
We carry little phones. We're basically part
of
we're integrated almost like I wouldn't say cyborg because we're not, but like think about it. You carry a little computer around every day. Whenever you're without your computer, bro, you feel so like weird. You're like you're checking your pockets. You're like, bro.
Yeah, like phone? Have you ever broken your phone and
you go a day without
it? That's insane. Like even now, like the fact that you can't go a day without like your phone.
Your cell phone.
Yeah, like you'll even try and get on the computer.
It's so weird. Yeah, like if say your phone breaks, you feel so weird. Like you feel
lost.
I'm not gonna say lost, but you're like trying to find a way how I'm gonna fix it, and like you don't know what to do, and like, that's happened to me before. Like everybody relies on their phone, whether it's to communicate. Well, communication is very important, of course.
Yeah.
But like everything else, like even if like you go a day without Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, you feel like
it's like the instant dopamine that those apps release. It's crazy.
And the fact that we have access to that like instantly. We can you ask me a question, instantly I'll go to Facebook.
Yeah,
Boom. Facebook, or my bad. That's
Google.
sorry. Google.
My boy better search on
You instantly go to Google. Boom. You answer.
Like not even that anymore. Like you can straight up tell like the my AI on Snapchat, and it'll give you anything you want, which is crazy. It's like I was telling people, it's like your personal assistant.
Yeah, it's like we're literally part of that. Like, and that's crazy because who knows what's next? Like back then, 10, 15 years ago, we didn't think it was gonna be like this.
No.
When do you think you were gonna have like an iPhone 12, iPhone 14?
Oh yeah, we're on the 14.
Or 15 is about to come out.
Yeah.
But when did you ever think you're gonna have that or an AI, bro? That's so crazy. Like, and it's moving so quick.
Yeah, and it's gonna keep moving.
Eventually, you're gonna get to the point where, basically, you're gonna build like an AI that can work on itself, and it's just gonna get better and better and better.
You're scaring me.
And then it's not gonna need us, bro. Like, think about it.
Have you ever seen that Reddit video that went like viral on Reddit? It's like I wouldn't know how to explain it, but it's basically like a time lapse of like human evolution.
Like the human evolution, and it's
where it starts
morphing.
with like an ape and it morphs into like wires, literally wires.
Yeah, I'll see if I can look for it and I'll try to put it in the video. Maybe.
Yeah, we morph from. It starts basically with the ape on a tree.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah, that ape morphs into like what is it, like the Stone Age, and then that Stone Age morphs into like the
medieval age, and it's like through history, basically what
yeah.
people look like through history, and it starts changing into like a human.
Yeah, it starts to change into a human, then a robot, and then it starts from a robot to like wires.
It looks like an alien-ish.
Yeah, alien. Yeah,
it's
just
crazy.
It's crazy, bro.
That's freaking insane.
And it was generated by AI.
Yeah,
That's insane.
Yeah, and on that same note, you can go like, if you don't believe us, go to like look up AI art, generated art or whatever, and you can type in. Like literally, it'll let you type in and be like, type in whatever you think, whatever you're thinking of. And it'll generate a photo for you. Yeah. Whatever it is. It might not be like perfect, but it'll generate something for you.
It'll know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and it'll give you like an idea. Like the other day I put like samurai shark, and it generated art of a shark in a samurai like suit and stuff. And that was fire, bro. Like think about like
I've done that one time. It was during the World Cup, and I had put Ronaldo winning the World Cup, and it was him winning the World Cup.
That's fire. Messi didn't deserve it, bro. That's
he did.
They got five. No, they got. I don't know how many penalties. Every single game of penalty, bro. That's kind of rigged. Anyway,
shout out Mbappe.
Yeah, facts. The GOAT. He's gonna become the GOAT. Anyway, yeah, that's crazy though. AI is something that's so crazy, bro. Like listening to Elon Musk, where he says like, where they need to stop that.
Would you consider that to be like the world's smartest man right now, or who? Is there like a world's smartest man right now?
I'm not sure, but he's fucking smart, bro.
Yeah, he is.
First of all, he has
like a modern day
yeah.
genius.
Oh yeah, for sure. On another note, guys, one thing I've been thinking about because I saw something on Twitter. I don't know if Brian remembers whenever he was young, because it's something that for me that whenever I was young, we would go to like the pulga, like the flea market. Bro, and there would be people selling bootleg movies,
bro. Like, yes, bro.
In a little bag, bro.
Yeah,
like,
the little.
It was like a little.
It shows the disc.
Yeah, they would print out a picture.
Oh yeah.
Like the front and the back, and then they would put like they would record the movie basically what it was. For those who didn't, who weren't ghetto like us. Like,
bro, those are the best times to be ghetto.
No, ain't no lie, yeah, bro. we get to see the movies right away.
Yeah, right. Like release day. Yeah, even before it would get released.
Like, somebody would go to the movie theater, right, and they had a camera, and they would record basically the screen with the camera, like a hidden camera, right. And you could literally see people get up and walk.
Oh man, you would see people walk across the screen in the movie.
You be watching the movie and somebody gets up and walks across the screen, bro.
That's so fire though.
Yeah, bootleg movies.
The nostalgia that would bring, bro. Yeah, that's so fire.
And so people would do that. They would record that, and then they would take it home somehow, and like they would
copy it or whatever.
Yeah, they would like burn it onto a CD. They used to burn it onto a CD, and then like I guess they would make mini CDs.
Yeah.
And then they would print out like the poster or whatever for the movie, and they would put it in a little bag. It was like a little bag that would have like a little flap. You would stick the
disc in there.
Yeah, like the picture of the movie and then the disc, and people would sell those.
They were like $5, bro.
$5 per movie.
Easy money. That's crazy.
And it was like all the movies, bro.
Yeah,
like,
and then like the guy, the vendor selling it, would I put like a fast stack of just that movie, like that printed movie, and it'd be a bunch of movies. That's crazy.
And, yeah, like sometimes they would have like books full of like just the movies that you wanted, and then like pick one. And they would do deals like you get 2 for 10.
2 for 10.
They were like 2 for
3 for 10.
Yeah, 3 for 10.
You get like 10. A movie free.
Yeah, bro, and you know, we were
damn man, I missed that. That's so beautiful, bro.
That's you know, that's what we grew up like, because we wouldn't always go to the movies like that. So like
I don't think we ever went to the movies. I never growing up like little.
I did.
Well, I didn't. I got stuck with bootlegs, bro.
Sucks to suck.
Yeah, I miss that though. Like going to like the Mercadito or Morelos, and like that guy always being outside, and straight up first thing before I even went into the store, go straight to him, tell my dad, hey, come with me, like we gotta buy a movie.
Yeah,
and we'd get the newest movies that would always just release before the movie even came out. We'd get like you'd go up to him and he'd have it a week before sometimes.
It was all the new movies, bro. Yeah, like all the new movies. Yeah. And of course the quality was trash.
Sometimes there was some times where you would get lucky and it would be like a good movie.
If you notice, it was usually always the movies that were out for a little longer. That they already had like the digital version already, and like you know they would burn that, and the other ones though, the ones that were recorded, the quality was so trash. Like like
right away,
it looked like think about like you like one of those really cheap Androids, right? And you record them like you record something on TV. That's what it looked like. Like it looks so scratchy and like and it was just bad quality. But I mean, we didn't care. We were kids. We'd be watching like the newest movies, bro. Like
sometimes I would be like, damn, we just got scammed out of $5. But if it was the newest movie,
okay, listen. Whenever we were small, whenever I was older, of course I'd be like, damn, this should look kind of trash. But whenever we were young, when we were like little, bro, like we didn't care. It was just like a new movie, new Iron Man movie. Like I remember it was like Iron Man,
like the 3 Iron Man.
Iron Man 3. Yeah,
yes, bro. Yeah.
It was like Iron Man 3.
That wasn't even that long ago. It was like what, 8 years ago?
Probably, but that's when we were already older. But like we had like Iron Man 3. We had Fast and the Furious 4. I remember I used to watch that all the time.
It was just all the new movies.
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of bootleg movies. I mean, we didn't know better. You know, that's bootleg movies are illegal. Don't do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I remember there would be times before my parents would like consistently buy it for us. There would be times where I would ask and my dad would tell me, no, the police is going to come for you because it's illegal.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, never mind.
It's because, it is illegal. We didn't know that, though. We were young, bro. Like, and, you know, we were like, when you're Hispanic and you grow up, like, coming up barely, you know, that's the kind of stuff you run into and you're like, whatever. And you don't think about it.
If you're from Tulsa, which also, Tulsa, Oklahoma, by the way, it's weird that, like, there's a street called 21st. It's on 21st and Garnett, and it's so weird. It's like unfathomable how like literally all the Mexicans that came to Tulsa gathered in that street.
Yeah, like, they call it Little Mexico for a reason.
They call it like Mexico Town and like
Little Mexico.
It's literally where all the Mexican people stay, all the Hispanic people, everybody just stays there. That's really weird. It's crazy.
I mean, I think there's not just in Tulsa, like everywhere you go, there's towns where like you know, where one kind of like one race or ethnicity gathers, and they, you know, and here it's 21st and Garnett. Well, that whole area, not just 21st and Garnett, but like that
it's
whole
like
area.
Like 50. Nah, that's a boost. That's a boost. Like a
5 mile radius.
Yeah, like a 5 mile radius.
Yeah, like all that 21st, 31st, the whole Garnett area is like
the whole Garnett.
Mainly Hispanic people, and like. And you go down there, you go like the plaza.
This audio is so clear that you can hear that playing.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, we apologize for the audio. There's been a lot of audio.
We're working to get like a studio though, so.
Yeah, like I mean, not a studio, but something small for us,
you know.
Not for, but yeah, like that whole area, 21st, 31st Garnett, and like you can go to like a whole bunch of Hispanic stores, and that's where we would get like those bootleg movies and stuff, and.
I mean, we grew up around there all the time.
And I totally forgot about that. I had forgot about that up until, like, earlier. I seen something on Twitter. It was, like, the Mario movie.
Bootleg.
It was like literally.
Oh
literally
yeah,
bootleg. Like
yeah.
somebody recorded the screen
and put it on.
and they put it on Twitter.
That's crazy.
And like the whole movie is on Twitter. And I was like, I literally. Like, I came across that tweet, bro, and I was like, bro, like this is literally what we used to live through, like bootleg movies, but now you don't have to go out and buy it.
Yeah.
Like people just post it on Twitter.
I mean,
it's crazy.
It's crazy how like it's on Twitter and like not like because there's actual bootleg websites now that you can just go to a website and get free movies.
Yeah, but see, like you find that tweet, right? Say you find the tweet. You don't have to go on any movie. It's just a tweet. Like you literally click on it. You flip your phone and it's there.
Yeah.
And you just watch the whole movie. I literally like I saw it and I clicked on it and I seen it like it said like an hour or something. I was bro, what? And then I scrolled through it. I thought it was gonna be a joke. By the way, I thought it was gonna be like just some whatever. Yeah, like a prank. I scrolled like to like 30 minutes and it was still playing. 40 minutes still playing. I scrolled to the 60-minute mark. It was like an hour and it was still playing. And then under that tweet, it was like a second tweet where they put the rest of the movie. I was like, bro, that's crazy.
And it is crazy. That's insane.
And it wasn't like they didn't download the movie like the digital movie. They actually recorded it on the phone. But and that's why I brought the bootleg thing up, because they recorded it at the movie theaters. You can tell, like if you really pay attention, you can tell it's recorded. The crazy thing is, and the reason that I brought the bootleg movie thing up is because, like, at first I didn't know it was bootleg. Like it was recorded. My bad. I didn't know it was recorded.
Oh, you thought it was like an actual digital.
Yeah, because it looks clear, bro. Like it looks like the visual, the quality is good.
That's how like advanced phones are now.
And and so I'm like, bro, like, and I think about it, like now, you record it. If you were to redo that, it looks perfect. Yeah, and back then you would see like you know,
like an Android. Or
like trash. Like it was just like a really ghetto camera, you know.
Yeah. And
I was like, I literally that made me think about like bootleg movies. That literally made me think about it. That's exactly what I thought about. And I was like just thinking about like, you know, all that stuff, bro. And that was kind of crazy to me.
Good times.
Definitely good times. I feel like those core memories are like, I feel like that's just something special, you know. Like you think about that kind of stuff and like just stop and think, right? Like everybody that's listening, stop and think. And what's one thing that you remember, like a core memory?
Something happy too. Something like.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of core memories, but like just think about that. Whether it's with being with your family or watching a certain show, like bro, it's just that stuff that sticks with you, and that kind of stuff is what creates character. Core memories build character.
Yeah,
like that builds who you are. It literally makes you, you know, like all the stuff you go through makes you whatever. You know?
I couldn't think of like a bad core memory that I really have. I feel like all my memories ever growing up have been like pleasant.
Yeah, for sure. And unfortunately, that's not the same thing for everybody. Yeah. But you know, but regardless, it builds the person you are today, and you gotta be grateful just for being here today. You know, being here, being alive. Any day above ground is a good day.
Yes, sir.
And if you're not having a good day, just remember, good days come. And on that note, there's one thing that I thought about. I've been thinking about because I heard it on a podcast, and it's this saying that goes "El sol sale para todos," which translates to English as the sun comes out for everybody. But it basically means the sun shines for everybody. You know, meaning that if you're going through a bad time or whatever, regardless, the sun comes out for everybody. So you know, just if it's not a good day, don't stress about it.
Facts.
Eventually it will come out. And another thing, I noticed people also use it in the way where like they say that when it's going good for somebody else, right? It's going good for somebody else in somebody else's business, they'll say that. They'll be like, el sol sale para todos, the sun shines for everybody, meaning it's going good for you. Eventually it'll go good for me, you know. And I know I talked about it last episode where I said, you know, you got to be supportive of everybody. Support everybody. And on another note, I wanted to get into something else. Shout out the FC guys, Jeremy, D-Bad, and all of them. They always support. I want to give a shout out to Jeremy, bro. Fucking clutch. He slid up on my story. He was like, yeah, bro, I was watching this during work. And I think about that because, you know, like, it's other people that have their own projects, their own stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
And you think about that, and like you think, well, maybe they don't have time for whatever, anything. And the fact that a lot of these people still take time out of their day to come listen to us while they work, while they clean up, and it's just something that I'm so grateful for. Like everybody, and I was listening to a video that said that the sun comes out for everybody. Meaning, maybe not today, it's not shining for me, but it's shining for somebody else.
Preach.
Eventually, it will come out for me. We're not there yet, and I've seen this post on Facebook a lot where they're like, "I'm clapping for everybody else, even when it's not my turn yet." And that's fire, bro. I think that's so fire. Like you gotta be supportive. Be supportive of everybody. Like
being grateful.
Yeah, be grateful and be supportive of everybody's projects, bro. I feel like just being kind and being supportive, like, bro, we would go so far in life, like as a race of like humans, we would go so far if you just stop being like envious and just be grateful and be supportive, like that's just something I want to stress for everybody. Try to always be kind, be kind to everybody, do good even when nobody's looking, bro. Like it does good for you, like knowing that you can help somebody else. That's the goal, and that's something that I feel like motivates me. That's me, like wanting to do good, wanting to be good for people, and I hope everybody else is doing good. If you're not doing good, you will be doing good soon. Maybe not right now, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not in a week, but soon you will be, and everybody will be there to support you.
Facts, because regardless, the sun shines
for everybody. Anyway, Brian, you went today somewhere and you bought some new things. Please talk about that.
Talking about having a good day. I'm having a good day. I went to go buy a scope for my AR-15, which
very controversial topic, by the way. The topic of owning weapons, owning guns, and stuff like that.
I feel like we went from motivated to like.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just something that
But yeah, I went to the gun show, and here in Oklahoma we have like really like, I want to say really freely or really how do you I don't know how to put it.
Yeah, no sabo kid.
Yeah, that in English. How do you put that in English?
You went to what? Like expo, like an exposition.
Yeah, like
we're free.
The regulations.
Oh, okay.
The regulations and for laws of gun control in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Are not as severe or strict and as in other places. Because here, we can, as an 18-year-old, you can legally buy a AR, 16 long inch barrel. It can be shorter, or it'll be considered a ARP, which is assault rifle pistol.
Yeah, an AR style pistol. Which is illegal. You cannot own.
Yeah, and I'm not super informed on the subject, but basically I went to the gun show and I bought a scope, which cost me like $60. A sight. And it's kind of crazy how like me as an 18-year-old, as a child still, I still consider myself like I don't even consider myself fully developed, bro. Like
to be honest, I don't either. Like sometimes I think about it, like whenever you're young, you do like, oh, I'm growing, I'm getting older, and then there's like that one point where you think you're old, and then you get over that. Once you're like 18, 19, then you start realizing like, bro, I'm still a kid, bro.
Yeah,
like,
I've heard like even 30-year-olds, you just got out of experience your 20s. Even they talk about you're
still young.
You still talk about how young you are and how you just left being a kid.
Yeah, literally, it's literally what it's like. Like as a 24-year-old, soon to be 25 in June, I still feel the same way, bro. I feel like I'm young. I feel like there was a time where I felt like I was old. I was like 16, 17, and I felt like, oh, yeah, I'm old now. And then you hit like 20, 21, and like, you think about like, bro, like, I still have so much to learn. I'm still a kid. There's stuff that I still don't know. Like, like, it's just, you're still young, bro.
Yeah, exactly. So regardless, I'm still available to get that. I'm able to get a firearm. And in my eyes, I see it as a way to protect myself.
Yeah, for sure.
Or not just myself, but like my family. Because we were showing my parents. Because my parents don't believe in none of that. They don't believe in
my parents. They don't like that kind of stuff. And I mean, I'm very conflicted as to everything, like all what has to do with weapons. I like guns.
Yeah.
But then I think about it and all the stuff that does happen in the world and stuff like that, and it's very unfortunate and sad.
Yeah.
And
it's crazy. Like,
yeah, and having like being a dad of two, you know, like it's stuff that I think about, you know, with all the stuff that happens, and like I'm very conflicted. Like I like guns and stuff, but then I don't know if, you know,
if they're the safest.
Yeah. Or not even just that, but like if laws and regulations are gonna do anything to change.
Yeah, because like in the proper hands, or like not even in the proper hands, but like in the proper situations, it's the perfect thing. Like someone's breaking into your home, someone's ready to take a life somewhere else. You can defend yourself. You can,
for sure.
Yeah,
and I feel like seeing the way that, like, I see young kids, bro, like 15, 16-year-olds with guns.
Yeah.
And, like, there's supposed to be so many laws to where, like, kids can't get guns and stuff like that. And there's people that don't like that there's guns because of the stuff that happens, which is very, very understandable. You know, I understand that. And I'm, like, right there with them. And they're like, we want more laws, more this, more that. But then you see kids in the most strict states that were like the regulations and the laws are like super strict.
Yeah.
You see like kids, they still have guns, you know. People like criminals and stuff still have guns, you know. Yeah. And that's something that like I think about, like, is our laws and regulations going to change any of that? I have no idea, but you know, it is I think a good thing to have that. If you know how to handle it, you know how to take care of it for your family, you know, it's something that you might be interested in having, you know?
It should either be used for like hunting, when you're out hunting for like animals, which is still kind of like messed up.
Let me say something. I noticed a lot of the people that do have weapons and guns and stuff like that is because they grew up a certain way, and I feel like that's where the conflict is within the people that don't like weapons, the people that do like weapons. Mm-hmm. Is that they grew up in two different environments. Like some people grow up, like say you grow up in a city where you don't have to hunt for your food. You don't grow up on a farm. You don't grow up on like a ranch. You grow up going to the grocery store and stuff like that. You most likely haven't been around, or will never be around, or something like a weapon and stuff. So you don't. So you're like, we don't need guns. We don't need guns. And then you tell that to a guy or a woman that's like
hunting for their food daily.
Grew up on a farm, grew up on a ranch. Their parents grew up like that. There was guns all over the place. Yeah. And you tell that to, you know, you say, oh, we don't need guns. That person's going to be like, well, you do. You need guns to hunt, this and that. And it's just, you know, I feel like
two different point of views for a battle that...
It's just a very, very...
controversial.
Like, it's controversial and very, like... It's just a hard, like... topic to talk about, you know, like there's people that do like it, people that don't, and like, you know, it's just tough.
Even here, I was at the gun show, right? And we have one of the world's biggest. Is it considered one? I've heard it's like.
I think it's. I don't know if the world's or. Regardless, I know it's the country's biggest gun show that comes here to Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's the one at the Expo Square.
It has around 4,000 tables. 4,000 tables, and if they were put side by side, it would span over like 15 miles long.
We went in, no lie, that's the first time I've ever been to a gun show, and it was crazy. It was like we went. When was it? Like last month?
Yeah. You'll see like little kids walking around with their parents' guns and stuff, which is like insane.
I've never really been into guns like that. Like, you know, Brian came up and he was always into it, like firearms and stuff. Yeah. And I was never like that, but I like looking at guns. I've shot a few guns, you know, at a range and stuff like that, but I've never been like super crazy about them. So it was the first time that I went, and it was crazy. Like seeing all the tables, all the like firearms. They had all kinds of stuff, like crazy. It was just
rocket launchers, bro.
It was wild, some wild stuff. But it's like I wanted to just go look to see what it was like, you know. Yeah. And I like when I got there. There were so many people, bro. So many people. Yeah. Kids. There was a ton of kids. We were carrying around like ARs and stuff. I was like, bro, this is crazy. I had never seen nothing like that ever before.
Yeah, and like you would get there and there's kids outside, like 18-year-olds with like rifles, like assault rifles, everything, just walking down normal, like down the street. You like it's something like which is crazy.
Yeah, and I feel like I said, I'm very conflicted on the topic. Like, of course, I think if you need to defend your family, I'm gonna do what I need to do. Facts. You know, regardless. I've seen I feel like maybe it's because I've seen so many videos where like there's break-ins that happen and stuff like that, and it's just like a whole bunch of like scary stuff. So the way I think about it, if that ever happened, you know, it's always best to be you know,
The way,
armed, bro.
bro, I'm gonna sound like a retard, but the way I've thought of it is zombie apocalypse. I'm
That's
ready.
facts.
I'm ready for doomsday.
The one thing that I think about is that like there's people that say, oh, they want to take our guns, this and that, like this and that. Like they say that the government wants to take your guns. Like, bro, if the government wanted to take your guns, they will take your guns. Like, you can't say that's true.
Okay, but think about how many people would rebel though with guns.
For sure.
That would be like a crazy thing to see.
Yeah, but say the military pulled up right now to take your gun. What are you gonna do about it?
I handed my gun.
They're gonna take your gun. It's maybe you do shoot at them, you're gonna die regardless, bro. Like, let's be realistic, bro. If the government wants to take your guns,
they will.
There's not crap you can do about it. They're gonna take it, or they're gonna take you.
But think about the people who will shoot. How many people will like? How bad things would get?
Are you gonna beat the government, the U.S. government, bro?
No, obviously not.
Okay.
But I'm talking about like, the people that will gather up and say, well, "No, we're defending our rights and this and that."
And I do agree. Like, there's people that will do it, but is it gonna be successful? No. Like, even if like everybody that owned a gun like was like that, it wouldn't be successful. Like, you're going up against the U.S. government. That's kind of crazy. But
yeah, which we have we spend more than every country
in the world. Yeah, and that's crazy. And I feel like it's just like I said, it depends on like how you grow up and stuff culturally, also as well. It's just, I feel like that's just part of the culture here in the United States. There's people who grew up like that, you know.
Yeah.
And so Brian was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to the gun show and stuff like that." And he came back with the site and stuff, and like
site and some ammo.
It's kind of cool to see that kind of stuff, you know, like.
Like I go and like even just looking at those guns, like some cool prints on them.
Yeah.
Or like,
I mean, however, I'm always telling Brian like, "Yo, don't have it loaded.
Oh no,
keep it away where nobody can reach it." Yeah, we're always, not just me, but like my parents as well. They're always making sure that, you know, things, because like at first they were kind of like, you know, like iffy about it and like, "Oh, you're crazy, this and that." But like now that, you know, he's getting older,
I feel like since I was me as a child, since I'm it's just me and you. I grew up following under Eric's shadow, so everything that he was doing, like going out partying, everything, as he did those things, my parents got less and less and less strict on him.
I feel like parents
for me it went good.
Parents are more strict always on like the first kids.
Yeah, but you still got free with hella shit.
Yeah, and I'm saying they're strict in a way that like they're always more strict on the first kid because they don't want nothing to happen to the first kid. They don't want blah blah blah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, but regardless, my parents, they weren't as strict like as other parents. Like my parents would let me go out. They would let me do this. They would, like, if I wanted to go to the movies, they'd let me go to the movies. If I wanted to stay at my friend's house, they'd let me stay. And whenever I was like 15 or 16, they started letting me go out to parties. Or 14, there was like this you're from Tulsa, you remember DJ Gill's parties. There was these parties that the DJ would make for teenagers, basically. Like, I mean, there was the culture, there was no alcohol or anything, but he was a DJ. He would play music, and everybody was pulling up. It was like 2012 during the shuffle days. Everybody was like shuffling and stuff. It was some crazy stuff. And I don't remember how old I was, like 13. I was like 12, 13, 14, 15. I don't know, like 14. I want to say 14, 13.
Yeah, like my generation never had that, bro.
Yeah, and bro, I noticed that, and that kind of sucks. Like,
right.
For my generation, like all those 13-year-olds, bro, we were like turning up,
like even me, now that I'm graduating, and I told you earlier, I'm graduating with one friend that it's.
Oh yeah, you said that.
Yeah, I'm graduating.
Talk more about that.
Out of everybody that I've met through, literally since I was in elementary all the way up until now, senior, 12th grade. Out of everybody I've ever met, I'm only graduating with one friend. And I've had many, many, many friends. I've always been like a really friend type. I've always had really a lot of friends. And out of all those people, everybody went their separate ways, which is crazy. And I feel like because my generation got stuck with like a small quantity.
Yeah, for sure.
Like my generation always had like a little bit of kids. Like it wasn't too big. My classes were never big. Like I remember my 6th grade class had like 30 kids, and it was just 2 classes. Like it was 2 6th grade classes, and both classes had 30 kids. My middle school classes, the school total was like 200 kids. My high school like 300 kids. So I always grew up with like that same friend group, and that friend group just like dispersed. And now I'm only graduating with one friend, and it's the same friend that I met in second grade, which is like kind of crazy. Like I feel like my high school experience, because of COVID, was never really like.
Yeah, I mean,
great.
yeah, that COVID time was crazy. You know, like, my class was
Big.
Yeah, my class of class of 2017 was big.
Damn.
It was pretty. My bad. I'm out here fumbling the back.
2017. Hold up.
Yeah, my class of 2017. I graduated in 2017.
Dinosaur age, boy.
Yeah, facts. I'm getting kind of old. That's now that I look back, bro. It looks like so long ago. I'm like, bro, what the? I'm getting old. I'm finna hit 30 in like 6 years. Oh, sheesh. Anyway, and like Brian's class was so small, and I mean, fortunately for me, all my friends graduated. Most of my friends graduated. I think a lot of them. My friend group from high school. Shout out.
It's
Shout
either
out Snow Cone Gang. We all of them fuckers graduated. Hell yeah, we graduated together. Took pics. Yes, sir. That's the goal.
I'm gonna have one pic with my parents.
That's facts. As long as you're the one that does it, you know. As long as you graduate.
Yeah. I mean, regardless, I was never really like too big into school. School was never like.
I feel like I wasn't either, but I feel like the way we grew up, our parents were always like pushing us to be better, graduate, and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so I feel like
really, if you don't like school, I say you finish it for your parents. Cause that's something I've always wanted to do was finish for my parents.
Okay, I had a little trouble with the mic. We're having so many problems today, bro.
Yo, so this podcast is all over the place. I was gonna try and take it like more. I don't know.
No, I think we're in a good spot though. I wasn't trying to record that long, but we just went off. Because we've been recording like hour-long podcasts, and I feel like that also makes it harder for the listeners, you know.
But I also feel like it's so hard to get so much, like everything you're trying to say is so hard to get into like 20 minutes or like 30 minutes. That's so hard. Like you just everything just naturally like flows out, and you just hour.
I don't know if you guys have noticed, but usually the beginning of the podcast is usually a little slower. It's usually a little slower because we're barely getting into it, and then after that, it just takes off. Towards the middle end, we just like going firing. We're like we're working our brains, but
I try. I'm still a little.
Yeah, I noticed if you watch closely, sometimes Brian is like he's struggling to keep up and stuff. And but I feel like it's normal. We're barely starting a podcast, and
and it's episode 5. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, bro. It's episode 5. Luckily, we're staying consistent.
It's insane how like 2 months ago we were like really just talking about it, like let's start
yeah,
and look, we're 5 episodes deep
now. We're 5 episodes deep.
That's
maybe
crazy.
in a couple months we're gonna be like 10 15 20
we'll have like new people on here.
Yeah, I feel like we're still trying to get it figured out. Also I want to get it onto Spotify and everywhere else. Right now we're just posting on YouTube, and I started creating like reels and Instagram stories and all that stuff. Not stories, but like the shorts and stuff. And one of our videos got like 4,000 views or something. And it's the video where I told Brian that he'd be forgetting words in English.
Bro, I was getting flamed on because of that.
he kind of stayed quiet.
Because you had said you're no sabo kid because you forget, or I don't even know what you.
No, I was just telling you how like you were.
I forget English. I even forget English words.
you didn't know what to say.
I promise. I was like, damn, he's right. And everybody was like, damn. Everybody was like, why you look at him like that or some shit. They were saying like,
because you froze. You didn't know what to say. I got you anyway. But yeah, we got a good 4K views. I was like, whoa, that's crazy. Like that was our first video our first clip that gets 4,000 views, and that's crazy. And that just shows that no matter what you're doing, no matter where you are, just start it. And if you started, just keep going. Eventually it'll grow. And if it doesn't, at least you're working for yourself. But yeah, guys, I think this is gonna be the end of the video. We like to keep it short. Hopefully it wasn't too long.
No, that was definitely.
There's a lot of stuff that we're gonna cut out because there's so many audio interference and stuff like that. But shout out to everybody that's been supporting.
Yes, for real. Thank you. I want to just say thank you to everybody.
Thank you guys. There's so many people like that I look, and there's so many people that just supporting, especially our friends, our family. So I want to give a huge shout out to my tia Reina and my tia Rosa, bro. They're like one of our top supporters too. My aunts, they're so clutch for supporting. Saludos a mi tía Reina y mi tía Rosa. I hope y'all watching this.
Okay, he's not an Osabo kid.
I'm not an Osabo kid. Anyway, yeah. But I think that's a good note. We're gonna end it on a good note. Hopefully soon. Stay tuned. We're gonna be maybe trying to get something together for a float trip. Float trip season's coming up.
Yeah, next month.
Float trip season is lit. If you know, Tulsa area, surrounding areas. We're gonna go floating in Tahlequah probably, bro. Maybe even like make a little vlog or something.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. That's definitely what I'm ready to do. I'm ready to just. If for me, you're gonna about to see hella content.
Yep.
I'm done with school. I'm starting in 2 weeks. I'm done.
Yeah. One more thing. Brian is finally finishing school up. So he's probably gonna be making another channel just content, whether it's gaming or vlogs or something. I don't know what it is, but you guys go tune into Brian. Shout out all Brian's homies. Shout out my homies for sure.
Yep.
Brian showed me a video that one of his homies sent. He was like chilling on the couch watching on the big screen. That was fire, no cap. But yeah, we love you guys. We're thankful.
Yeah.
We're thankful for all the support you guys are giving us, and we're just going. There's no way we're gonna let you guys down. We're so far in already.
Yeah, regardless, we're doing this for like us. I feel like this is something I really also like. It's gonna help me in other ways. Not just.
It's gonna help you speak, like become a better speaker.
Not just that, it'll just help me in so many ways where I can definitely just hop on the pod and be me.
Just be you. With that being said, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Stay blessed.
Lock in.
Lock in.